Hey, hey. Eh? We gotta get the music going, don't we? There we go. How's my audio? Looks like it sounds okay. There's a slight echo. There we go. All right, that should fix the echo. Tell me if I echo. I should get her permission first. This is fascinating. I love looking at other people's draft blogs. They want to find. Did I have a draft going? Oh, we did this one last night and I threw a game. Oh, I gotta change the stream title. Yeah, I went a little fast here. Fast and loose. Let's run it. This probably looks really weird on camera without any green. This is a great hand. Just ramping into Germination Practicum with threats is so strong. A lot of rares. This is a good hand. I'll play the Tabland first. Turn 2 Newt. Turn 3 Archaic, then Arthropod. Newt. To make a 3/3 Archaic. One drop, 2 drop is how you beat a start like this. That is crazy. And brave. Good for them. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I really do want to get 2 cards down here. We're going to go 3 mana on the Archaic. And then a Studious First Year. Because if they have a removal spell, they'll definitely spend it on the Archaic and not the First Year. Having a 2/2 First Year is pretty nice. Verda is who I'd like to have down next, but we're kind of far away from having the X mana to use here. I don't know what to take. I think they take Germination Practicum, but they're not happy about it. Yeah, that's probably right. We'll take the 4. I want to go Berta into Arthropod here. So she enters with the counters, so I get to make a blue. And then Arthropod. I got good blockers now. I'm in good shape. Sorry, my hair is wet and I haven't eaten yet. I find this pet very strange. Like, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, Christmas. Good to see you in your Reb. Reb, I want to know if you were interested in coaching on Friday. I don't think you need it particularly, but it lets me do a more advanced session if you have 17 lands set up. So specifically, I'll show you here. After this game, I'm going to show you the kind of thing we'll be doing. It'll help. So it helps if you already have coaching. I used to do it as just a generalized session. I mean, making a 9/6 here is pretty good on the Necroscribe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll just run out the Necroscribe instead of the Wrangler. I don't really have attack still. Like, I can... Joint Researchers blocks everything except the Arthropod, and Banemaker blocks the Arthropod. Yeah, you're good. I gotcha. Thank you. I followed the guy who restocked the farmers' fridges around. You can't see it because green. But then he took all the expiring foods, and I love it. I like scavenging. I don't like it. I really hate food getting thrown away. They can't really kill anything other than the Necroscribe if they're going to kill anything. Oh, I have speakers on because my hair is still drying. Once it dries, I'll switch to headphones, but let me know if I echo. This card is scary only because you can't run this card without something absurd to get. Although I don't really count this Duelist as absurd to get. I'm gonna do 3 for the Trove. 5, 6, 7, 8 total mana. So I could Pigment Wrangler as a big flyer this term. And then I'm just looking for any targeted spell. Potioner's Trove. And make a black here. And then I can auto pay. And now I've got an attacker. A big flying attacker. 9/9 flyer is pretty good here. This guy's a little bit annoying just because he can blink the Archaic for an insta-kill. And I can't reanimate it. But any reasonably large spell wins the game here. I can let something die and reanimate it, but it comes back smaller. Yeah, I do that too. I watch streams when I do dishes. Although lately I've been catching up in the I've been rereading the Dresden Files, so I've been doing that instead of streams. I do too, Jobin. They add a lot. Like, they make things so interesting. Like, the way that this 0/0 Archaic interacts with this Conciliator's Duelist is really interesting to me. And they didn't rejoinder, which feels a little bit greedy on their part. Still don't... I really would just have the one attack, though. I maybe could have used a striking palette just while I had priority, because it's fairly likely this gets blinked. But yeah, I don't attack through this 4/4 first strike still. I didn't think they'd take that. I'm pretty interested in just surveilling here. I love the Dresden Files. Like, I listened to the I read the first Dresden Files book in college, and I'm like, this is kind of sucks. And the first book does kind of sucks, but everything out of that is great. Yeah, Archaic just dies. I think that's a cool interaction, though. I don't know. The two things that I really love are weird interaction between rares and weird interaction between commons. Like, there's so many. Ooh, that explains the green splash a lot better. It doesn't explain why they didn't cast Rejoinder last turn for a double kill. Like, kill two things, draw a card is very strong. They can flat out kill the Archaic or take 5 counters off my Pigment Wrangler, which I kind of have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I had remembered to gain life on my turn, I would have this in response. Ooh, that's cool. They get to Rejoinder every turn, but this is a real problem. They probably should have taken this out. They gotta have it. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't play it now. We'll surveil. Destroy an enchantment. Go to a 5/5. I think that's fine. We're gonna cast the striking palette first and swing out. We'll try and use the Quandrix Charm to kill them. And I'll surveil first because it lets me potentially reanimate something with my scribe. Good thing, gentlemen. Generally, if you're in Platinum, I assume you are at least reasonably good at this game. So I still have the Pigment Wrangler, the striking palette in effect, which means any 2 unblocked creatures go to 5/5. They're taking 9 here. So I think I'm just going to, like, they're taking 9, and if I double Quandrix Charm, both of these die. And make sure, okay, so we need to go black, green, black, white, and surveil. We're just trying to put a creature into the graveyard here. That's not a creature, but it's also not a card we want to draw. All right, so this gives us lethal. It forces them to kill the Pigment Wrangler. But if they do kill the Pigment Wrangler, we still take them down to 0 creatures in play. Because right now they're taking 4 trample and 9 in the air. Oh, that's really bad. Wait, they still die here, though. Because they take 12. Yeah, giving something +5/+5 is solid. All right, so really quick, these are Comet's draft logs. So if you have 17 lands installed, then I can take a look and we can talk about what you want to do. So right off the bat, like, this is preference. Silver Tongue versus Wisdom of the Ages is preference. Following up a Silvertail with an Adventurous Eater is a little bit, like, this is the best card for that deck, generally speaking, and it does leave you in black alone, but it also kind of locks you into black. So, like, if we're gonna be black-white, Killian's Confidence is a better pick, but like, it's just a context issue. So we'll work on, like, building out her deck like a puzzle, not like a this is a pretty hard force, and it's wheeled. This is when this happens, it's time to pivot. Like, when you look at a pack and you're like, this is a really good Lorehold card. This is a really good Lorehold card. This is an okay Lorehold card. It's time to be Lorehold. And that's why I picked the land so high. But all we're giving up by pivoting is the Silver Tongue. So we'll work on pivoting, and other than that, it's just she'll get more out of experience. But she's good at picking up her lands and finding her needs. So I would be going through your draft logs, and then we will talk about it and then do a draft together. But the actual draft itself is so difficult to navigate. So I would actually probably have her practice on pick 2. But flexibility is what we would fight for with Comet. Hey, Ort. I am coaching on Discord. Like, I need to look at your draft logs because it helps me know what we need to work on. So once I know what we need to work on, then we can work on it in real time together. Like, Comet's got a really good grasp of the fundamentals, and she is consistently great with gameplay. But the context within this set, the assembly of the puzzle is tricky. I'm having a great day, Ort. Although I'm a little behind on stuff, so, like, I'm streaming while my hair is still wet. We're giving it a little bit of a brush. It's funny, I cut like 4 inches off my hair, and you can't tell on stream until I sit up all the way. Okay. I mean, I'll be looking at the draft logs and the gameplay. I've had people be like, I can't help you. Like, there's nothing, you don't need any help from me. But like, back when I was doing this more full time, I would charge people for it. And now it's just good. No, I want your draft logs in a row, or things that you think you can work on. Turn 3 Bird is very good. Turn 3 Bird and Germination Practicum is amazing. Like, it forces a removal spell here. If they don't have a removal spell on Berta, they die. But even just having the Practicum, like, I've cast Practicum on an empty board before with no creatures to grow. I didn't suggest 86. I don't know that one. Somebody was here though and did. If you want, like I can do genres pretty well. I know anime pretty well. I used to do a few at a time. All right, so what we want to do here is full control, cast the Practicum, and then because it increments here, we're going to resolve the increment, and whenever a counter is put on her, we get a mana, and then I can use that mana to make a 1/1 before the Practicum resolves. And this is a very hard thing for them to beat on turn 4. Practicum is really good, especially against these mid-rangey decks. Like red-white, the is already not aggressive enough to have aggroed us out before our cards did their thing, and they really want to be a mid-range beatdown deck. So the fact that all of my creatures are larger than all of their creatures this game is going to be really tough for them to beat. All right, if I play a forest, I can go black, green, green. And play the Archaic on 3 mana. No, what? No, what? I tapped the lands. Why would autopay do this? I literally tapped the lands I wanted to use for the Archaic, and Wizards decided that rather than use the floating mana, they're going to tap another land. Oh, wow. It's fine. We're pretty far ahead. I just lost a 5/7. But Practicum is really, really good. Yeah. The fact that I have a mythic every turn makes it a little more reasonable. Did you see there's a timeless turn 0 kill deck with this group project? I'll take the 6. Are they bulking up? Ooh, nice. So they have a Rebel Rouser they can play next turn. I forgot about our splashed Arc of Hunger. I think I attack with the Archaic, leave back 2 blockers, and I'll wander off. Because if I attack with both, they just block here. But, like, they don't have the ability to win this game if it goes long enough. So I'm okay waiting an extra turn to go for the kill. They can go to 6/6s with the Rebel Rouser. Got a 7/7. I wander off on end step, and then I've got 3 attackers who all have 5 power. Well, end step, take out one of the 6/6s. So they double block the Archaic here and here, and then they can't win anymore. If I swing with both, they block, they chump, and go for the kill. Let's say they have a removal spell on top. And they kill my newt. I block here. I will have a minute problem. Or they kill the archaic. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because they can triple block the newt, and that's fine. Then, but if they kill the archaic, I think I'm attacking with just the newt. Okay. So I had to think about it. We'll pass. Instead, we surveil. Oh my god, I have this friend named Blank Win. Nguyen. And he met this nice Vietnamese girl and they're dating, and her name is also Win. And like, oh, I couldn't help it. We just had win-win problem jokes all weekend. You get so few organic opportunities for good Red source to get the arc is good, but I don't want a Tadland. We're trying to win nowish. That's a good way to win nowish. I'm not going to get in with the Arthropod. These are both lethal threats. So if they have kill spell and they block, then I'll have the archaic to close things out. And they can still double block here and here on the archaic, and that's okay. Definitely should play the Ranker's archaic first. I've been pinged. And then they need 2 removal spells. Black, white, green, blue. Ten trample. Card's good. So Arc of Hunger is stuck in my hand here, but Arc of Hunger is not for this deck. Arc of Hunger is for like the other Converge decks or a more controlling Lorehold or Prismari, and we run this out as late as we can, so it's fine if it's a very late game card. Like, it's even pretty weak in our deck relative to a traditional Lorehold deck because we don't get additional value, but just draw an extra card, ping your opponent each turn is so powerful, even without all the extra text. Won't let me go. Okay, I can put in the conditioner now. I want my headphones on so I can like actually hear my music. I like music. My mom is the best. So like, I went home for the holiday, or for the wedding, and I stayed at my mom's house to go to the wedding, and like, she's always so apologetic because like, my mom's a teacher, a really good violin and piano teacher, and so like it's pretty normal for there to be violin and piano playing at 7 a.m. 8 a.m. She's like, I'm so sorry, like I must have woken you up. I'm like, Mom, I've been listening to this, like I listen to this every morning for 30 years of my life. Trust me, I can sleep through this. This is tricky. I think we put back Procrastinate just because like we need green for the Scavenger and black for the Wanderer. So we have to put back the island. If we put back the island, we can't cast the Procrastinate. Yeah, but like I'm very used to that, to having the music wake me up. But so there's 2 rival high schools. Like, where I grew up, there's 6 elementary schools, which all funnel into a single middle school, which bridge into 2 high schools. And like the high schools have a very classic rivalry, even though the people live like across the street from each other. And they, it's tricky, but like, so my mom was teaching, all of her students in high school managed to make the orchestra pit this year. And so she was doing, hi Herix, good to see you, buddy. I grew up, I didn't understand that concerts were a special thing until I was 20. Like, I just was backstage my whole life. Hey, Herx. You want to do some coaching on Friday? If you have some, if you have a few drafts on 17 lands, I'd love to take a look. But yeah, I can sleep your violin lessons and piano lessons just fine, including the very early kids who don't really know how to play but think they do. I can sleep through those too. But yeah, I'm just used to it. I love it. My opponent has Library of Alexandria in play, and I miss that, and that is a problem. This is my first time running into a Library of Alexandria. I've had it before. This is a very good card. Very strong magic card over there. So they might have a Last Gasp, but I'm hoping they don't have a lethal removal spell because it would pretty much have to be Bitter Triumph at this point. But if they do, we'll run out Berta, and we have to hope that they don't have multiple excellent removal spells. But yeah, my mom, so one of them is playing Guys and Dolls, and I don't remember what the other one is playing, but I'm going to guess Music Man. And she was running so she was assembling a thing for both of them, like to play together. And so there were like 16 kids there all playing a cacophony, and it was very cute. We have been rapiered wittily. They had to discard the hand size because it was a cantrip. We're running out of Berta. I'm pretty sure it's just Last Gasp over there. Jump in. Jump in is really good. But like the way that I found, the reason Commander's fun. Commander's the worst way to learn how to play Magic. And the reason for that is the flavor is much harder to sell. So remember that you're a wizard. Like at Magic, the reason Magic works is because it starts from the story. So like, remember that it's a story. Like First Strike is you have a gun and they have a sword. So you get to fire first. Like you take the damage, but you're still charging. So yeah, stick with the story, and they did a good job of making Jump In a good way to do that. Jump In is a great way to use the story. I think I just pass here. I get to hold up Counterspell, removal. And I kind of want to bind to life and make a 1/1. I had 2 of these in a draft on stream a while back, and I whiffed both bind to lives in a row. I was so mad. So I can Last Gasp to grow, and then make a 4/4. So we're targeting enchantment. I always have to check and make sure whether it's enchantment or artifact. So yeah, and you have Mr. Jack. Thanks so much for the follow. But yeah, or if you, it's worth picking up a Jump In token yourself and give them a Jump In token, and then just try and pick things from the same set if possible. Like it helps a lot. I'm pretty interested in blocking here because then if they Last Gasp, I get to get them with a Quandrix Charm. And I'm pretty sure they have Last Gasp, but I really want to get this last card out of their hand. I still get to use my own Last Gasp too. You gotta use this mana before combat ends. So that was pretty devastating for them. Well, they lose now. Full control, Germination Practicum, auto pay, resolve the increment, resolve the mana, and then before the Germination Practicum resolves, we're gonna use that mana to make a 2/2. Well, that's what we're here for. Like, that's what we're all about. If you have any questions, you be sure to let me know. If you want to know any more about this game or this set, be sure to let me know. But yeah, that's what we do here. The color challenges are good, but like Jump In gives them some agency. I think that's a really valuable thing when you're getting someone started out. So like Jump In gives you a deck. You can use the color challenges and it works, but I wouldn't play more than 1 game or 2 with those. Like 2 games works, especially Okay, we've been hit by a moment of reckoning, and it was a clean 4-for-1. So this game just got incredibly difficult, but it's not a loss because every creature we have is good. That was brutal, though. Moment of reckoning to take out 40 power. Sure thing. So we're having a pretty good time here. We've got a kind of fragile 5-color deck here, but the power of our rares make it worth it. And like one of the fundamental things about 5-color is that that's fine. Might be last gasping here. That's more important to kill right now. No, we're gonna let this resolve and wander off probably here. Because I can last gasp this on my turn and still cast another spell. It's more important that I stop them from drawing a card than that I draw a card, because them drawing a card is drawing 2 cards. Because if they draw a card off the snooping page, they also draw a card off Library of Alexandria. Yes, that is the best card in Cube. Or no, this is one of the best cards ever printed, and it is on the reserved list. It is 10 grand-ish in real life. But it does not exist in real life. It only exists here. No, okay, that's devastating. That is probably game. Because this was how we recovered. This is our best source of card advantage. That's cool. That's better, right, Reb? Because if you had a mint one, you would be obligated to sell it. It's like if your library is beat to hell, it's like, this is a cool card that I can play with. And if your library is gem mint, then you have to sell it because like it's too irresponsible to keep 10 grand in your desk. And then you also have to worry about people stealing it. Yes, it's beautiful. When I was we needed this to surveil, otherwise I wouldn't play the land. When I was like, when was this? 2008, just about. I really wanted to play Legacy Lands. So I had a Legacy deck, but it was Enchantress, and I really wanted to play Legacy Lands, and the local game store was closing, and he said, hey, listen, you've been winning a lot. You have $200 store credit. I'll tell you what, we have to close. You should spend your store credit. I will give you every single card. I'll give you 59 of the cards for Legacy Lands, or Tabernacles for the 200. And I said, oh no, can I come back with 200 next week and pick up the library? And he said, yeah, that seems fine. I'll hold it for you. And then so I bought 59 cards for Legacy Lands, which at the time was a much better deal because like Explorer was $80. Explorer was $80, Mana Bond was $40. Like those cards were expensive, and now, you know, Mana Bond's $3, Explorer's $5. And it felt like a good deal. And you know, also Tabernacles is 8 grand now. But they ended up closing early because when the upstairs neighbor found out that they were going to close, I don't know what they did, but it caused the water main to burst. We lose this one now. We just didn't hit a creature after they 4-for-1'd us with a Moment of Reckoning, and we failed to hit another creature in the entire time. Yeah. The water main burst. It destroyed all of the comics. It destroyed all of the cards, and flooded the whole store. And like the store wasn't moving. It was just closing. The guy was quitting. But yeah, that's one of my few Magic regrets. Hi, Mega. I know. One of my few Magic regrets is not picking up a Tabernacles for $200. Because the 59 lands card at the time was worth like 500, so it was a great deal. And Tabernacles was worth like 480, so it was really close. And you know, Tabernacles is Tabernacles. So we don't really have a shot here other than them making a big enough mistake. Well, we just die this turn. They're taking too long to kill me. That's okay. That one was always like, Library of Alexandria is so good because it is essentially unbeatable on turn 1. but it's not like every turn after that latent. If you draw it on turn 20, it's still just a land. Like, it is a normal ass land that you can't beat if they lead on it. And my opponent led on Library. I have a weirdly twisty Magic career, I think. I think we keep this. So turn 2 Wild Growth Archaic is not that different from turn 4 Wild Growth Archaic. If it's your first play of the game, like if your opponent can kill it, they're going to kill it. And if they can't, then I'm going to play Textbook Tabulator as a 3/6 on turn 3. I know. So like I have a list of cube cards. So I have categories on cube cards. One of the first articles that one of the first articles that ever got kind of big because all the other content creators really liked it was 66.6, which was a bootstrapping guide for Cube, which I miss. I should find a way to host that again. I need a place to host my articles. And it's a bootstrapping method for Cube, because I wrote a how to Cube guide, and then I was at like 35 pages. And I'm like, no one's gonna read this. So I started over again, and I got a good 3.5 page guide for starting Cube when you don't know how to Cube. Oof. We needed a blue source there. So they're gonna tap and we're gonna gasp. That way they can't like Monstrous Rage or anything here to grow more. And so, yeah, and one of the assertions in that is that, I have a list of cards that trust me and play with them. And number 1 is Library of Alexandria. And number 2 is Parallax Wave. Parallax Wave is not it's not that Parallax Wave is complicated, but playing with it really helps. Ooh, Gush is a good one. Gush is not on that list, but it probably should have been. If we don't hit a blue source, we'll die. That's okay. That was the risk we undertook when we kept this hand, was that our opponent would be on an aggro deck and we would miss land drops. And one or the other we could win through, but not both. Oh, that's okay. Our deck is high risk, high reward. Like, if this Practicum resolves, we pretty much always win. And if it doesn't, we pretty much always lose. But they got us here. Good game. The Trove just came a little too late. Let's try again. I feel so underdressed without like a nicer shirt, but I don't want to put a nicer shirt on until my hair dries. Right. You like this song? So this is Adu. I think Adu is I think in 20 years, Adu is going to be one of those singers who is like the voice of her generation, and a big part of that, like, so first of all, unique, cool voice, really good, like, interesting music. Second of all, she voices like, so Oda wrote One Piece film Red to, with her in mind as the lead. So he based lead on her. And third, no one knows what she looks like. She has never shown her face. Eiichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, knows what she looks like. I think it's probably the Scavenger. There's a real argument to be made for environmental scientists. Like, this card is efficient and it goes into just about every deck, and it leaves you open to being like Quandrix or Witherbloom or 5-color, and those are the 3 big things. You should watch you can watch One Piece film Red without watching any other One Piece, and I love the music in that. We're gonna take the Scavenger though. It's only a little strong, like it's about even with the environmental scientists in terms of power, but I like locking in green a bit, and if I pass the Scavenger and take the Scientist, it actually locks out blue-green to an extent. And I don't want to you don't want to fight for green if you can help it. Yeah, I love So Expressive Iteration, first of all, beautiful. Look at this. This is beautiful art. Amazing card in general for blue-red, for all variants of blue-red, because blue-red tends, you really want to, for Prismari, you really want to lean more aggressive, more controlling, or combo. Combo is like, if you ever had somebody duplicate a traumatic critique against you, that's the combo build. So the reason Scavenger is good is because it's so far ahead of the curve. This is a good time to talk about the vanilla test. So why is this card so good? Let's say it has no text. If this is a textless card, this is still worth first picking because a 3-mana 4/4 is that good in limited. Being a full point ahead of other things on the curve is automatically very strong, but specifically for toughness means that you automatically wall every 2-drop in the set, and pretty much every 2-drop printed. Yes, so it's a stat line. We can take the Potioner's Trove here and be 5 colors again. I also love Unsubtle Mockery. It's easy to splash, and it's something that blue-green as an archetype can struggle to hit. Passing the Artisan means we're not going to get to be very red, but Artisan is a very aggressive creature, and when you know that you're passing, even if the person on my left is in Prismari, if I know that I'm putting them into a more aggressive build of Prismari, then I get to fight them a little better for a lot of cards. But I think it's between Trove and Mockery. And the thing about blue-green as an archetype, so Arthropod wants us to play the X-Spells, wants us to be a real Quandrix deck, rather than be a 5-color deck like the Trove ones. And it really struggles to find enough removal, but I'm pretty happy to splash an Unsubtle Mockery. Ooh, Knockout Maneuver, Infirmary Healer, Wild Hypothesis, and Paradox Gardens. We're going to go and take the Maneuver. Maneuver is very good in blue-green. But I haven't done real blue-green in a while. I keep ending up in the Converge decks, which is fine. I like the Converge decks, but they're not very consistent. So let's snap up this Knockout Maneuver, and we're going to plan to be Teamer unless I see something really excellent. So this is why, this deck gets to utilize Studious First Year and Shared Roots a little bit better than the Converge deck. So because of that, we can take the Potioner's Troves a little bit later. So we're going to go ahead and take the Studious First Year over Orisa, and that's only because I think I can wheel one of these cards, either Orisa or Run Behind. But if we on pick 13 don't see one, because it's a very good pack, like all these cards have a home, then we can make a pretty educated guess as to what other people are playing. I have come up a lot on Divergent Equation. I think Fractalize is generally stronger, but I do want a copy of this card in my blue-green deck, especially in my Teamer deck. Tester is great. So Tester and Fire Dancer are both very good blue-red cards. Tester tells us that generally Prismari is a little bit open. It's good in both. It's Expressive Fire Dancer doesn't say Prismari is open, it says aggressive red is open, because this is good in aggressive Prismari or aggressive Lorehold. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Tester. I don't like Giant Growth in this deck. I like Giant Growth a lot more in green-black. But we're going to pass the Banishing Betrayal, take Tester of the Tangential. And we have a solid blue-green deck. Emil is a bomb. Emil is very good. It does mean that we really want to splash something, possibly double splash something. And we want to pick up our lands pretty early, but this is great news. It looks like green is very open, blue is a little open, and then Silverquill is the open archetype. Ooh, this is tough. Spectacle Summit versus Fractalize. So Fractalize is good when you have a lot of early creatures that aren't 1/1s, and when you care about X spells. But right now it's just the Arthropod. I think I'm more interested in enabling my splash and making sure Emil makes... Emil needs to make 3/3s minimum, 4/4s or 5/5s are better, because you need lands with different names. I really like Quandrix. I know it's not the best archetype, and I don't like fighting for Quandrix, but I'll play it when it's open. So if you're not splashing, then you have to run removal like Chelonian Tackle. Since I am splashing for Unsubtle Mockery, I'll take the Lecturer. Lecturer is not a good enough 3-drop alone, but the more 2-drops you have that block well, the better it gets, because it does take over the game eventually. Didn't really think this would come back around. It's a pretty good card. We'd have to be full Teamer to run it. Tidal Mage is a good splash. I'll take the Artisan. It's pretty late, and I don't want to send the signal as open. I like Painter in this deck. I think I'm taking the Hypothesis just because I have an X-Spell and I want more. Look at that, I was right. Orisa versus Run Behind, and we're taking the Orisa, but that's close. Last pick, Run Behind, is also pretty crazy. It's a good removal spell. I could splash a Lorehold. I know it feels weird to double splash it, but this deck can do it. It can't currently. We only have one Studious First Year, but if I pick up another Studious First Year or two and some Shared Roots, then I get to splash Lorehold. And Lorehold's just a 5/5 flying haste is good. You don't really worry too much about the miracle aspect. It just hits so hard. What am I giving up? Spectacle Summit, Textbook Tabulator, and Lecturer. We can't splash the Scrollsmith. It's easier to splash Lorehold than Scrollsmith. We'll take it. Like, this is not the ideal finisher, but you do need it. Snarl Song is a reason to be a Converge deck. So we're going to take this and look to pick up all the lands. So Snarl Song plus Emil means we want to be a Converge deck. What a Lorehold pack. We have Kirill, Molten Note, and Wilton the Heat. I'm looking at Land, Potioner's Trove, and Pestbrute Sloth. Pestbrute Sloth is very good in this deck because it's just a brick wall. It comes down and blocks everything. But I think we have to take the Trove. I think it's just a need at this point. That's not good news. But it means that we'll be able to wheel something we want out of this pack. I doubt we'll wheel the Sloth, but like... Well, everyone else at this table is going to have a really bad time if none of the Lorehold cards wheel, and Wilton the Heat is a card I'm pretty happy to splash. I think I am. This is a straight up bomb. That's tough, though. Sundering Archaic is excellent, and I know that Lorehold is open. So, like, it works well with the Lorehold cards, and it's a good card on its own. I mean, it's not, but that's fine. Like, it doesn't need a lot to be good. It just needs a few creatures, and that's all. Like, it's Recurring Nightmare. I think I'm taking it over the Archaic here. And again, very close. I just love this card. Painter for an early creature. Heated Argument, because we're a little low on removal. I think it's going to be the Dance. Once you're in 5 colors, it's pretty easy to get removal. It's harder to get spells to cast early or dig with. And this is an X spell in all but name. Barrage, Run Behind, Rancorous Archaic. I don't know that we get to actually play all the colors here. Yeah, it's not a good creature. It's just a creature. I think we're taking a removal spell here. How good are we at using the Burrog Barrage? We're okay at using the Burrog Barrage, so we'll take a Run Behind instead. I do love the Striker. We can gain life at all? We can't gain life. We do have a Grapple with Death, and I'm already interested in splashing this Cauldron of Essence, so I'll take it. And like, I might end up splashing black instead of red. Because really, we just... Like, I'll run the Visionary's Dance as my only red card. Flashback is only if we get a Storm Spell, but we could get a Storm Spell. Concoctor is just kind of solid here. I'm gonna take the Flashback. I really love Storm. Lecture, Seeker, Tidal Mage. How Xy are we? We have 2 X spells. I'll take another Lecture. Like, we probably won't play both of them unless I end up being a dedicated X spell deck, but we might. All right, so these are all the cards that wield. Wilton the Heat is just very good on its own. Robo-Rouser is fine. Tackle's fine. It is a nice combo with Orisa, though. I'm going to take Wilton the Heat. It's a good removal spell. We won't play it if we don't end up on a real 5-color deck. I like Procrastinate with our X package. That would be awesome. Sweeper. I'm just going to take the Sweeper. So we are now prioritizing black. As of this pick, we're prioritizing black over red. That doesn't mean we won't run red. It just means our priorities have shifted. We don't have great fixing. So like, we might be stuck on a strict 3-color deck. The Sweeper is great in this style of deck, though. Especially when we know about it. 3 good removal spells, the Diversion Equation, Cauldron, and Trove are both awkward. It also means we're going to take a Studious First Year. Well, hello, Quandrix. I'm taking Brain Freeze. That's a personal rule. I have to play Brain Freeze here. I'm sad to pass Quandrix. It's really strong. Very good in our deck. Very good in general. Impractical Joke, there's an argument for. But brain freeze. But brain freeze. Right. I'm so excited here. Like, it makes me want this other diversion equation on really bad. Royal Treatment's really good too, just because it's a 1 mana spell. But I think we're taking the Hydro Channeler because I actually need the fixing. I need the 2-drop and I need the fixing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is a puzzle set. You need to make sure you have all of your pieces. Am I past the Wander Off? How big a problem is that? Medium problem. We're not really a converge deck. Oh boy. Full teamer though. Full teamer's a thing. It's a really late, like, pick splatter deck is just so good. No, red is a very light splash right now. And a lot of the red we have might not even make the cut. I'm gonna take Fields of Strife because we don't have the fixing to just not take lands. Yeah, I mean, it's a 6-mana 6/6 flyer. Painter Mage for the purposes of our storm deck. Glassrite because it storms, makes a treasure. I guess we can up our red splash a bit. We're not even that blue. I'm going to take the Procrastinate. It's a little awkward. Ooh, Tablet is great for us. Is it better than a Rancor's Archaic? I want to Brain Freeze them, though. I really want to Brain Freeze them. We might be cutting black or dropping the splash level. Double your tokens for 4 mana is not great. Spectacle Summit is really good. Choreograph Sparks is just okay. Micah would be good if I'd taken the other treasure creature. It's a very late Monstrous Rage. I'm gonna take the Glassrite. The Mana Worm is a real threat. But we are teamer now with a double splash. Take another Channeler over Tabulator and Barrage because I would like to storm, please. Can take Terra Fractal or Bane. I kind of want the Seeker because I don't have 4-drops or flyers, and I want to be able to Brain Freeze. Can take an Archaic here. We actually don't have a good deck for our black cards. Oh boy, that's exciting. All right, I think we're just straight teamer here. I really like Brain Freeze. I love Storm. All right, here's our white cards. Wilt in the Heat and Lorehold only. Here's our black cards. Grapple with Death, Cauldron of Essence. Cauldron of Essence is usually amazing, but it doesn't really go well with Vicious Rivalry or our creatures of choice. We're kind of just trying to set up a storm kill. We need to keep Lorecaster and Flashback. But like, we can instant speed. Let's say our opponent plays 3 spells. We get to Brain Freeze them, mill them 9, cast Flashback, Brain Freeze them, mill them 15. That's 24 cards. That's lethal on any turn where they triple spell. I think what we need to do is start with our removal. Because I need to know if the Grapple with Death is something we have to splash. And I need to know if Wilt in the Heat is something we have to splash. Because I am more interested in splashing black off these two than splashing white for Lorehold Wilt in the Heat. Now that we've got a good kill spell. Glassrite, Glassrite. All right, we have Unsubtle Mockery. Procrastinate. Barrage. Knockout Maneuver. So we do want to make sure we have enough 2-drops that our bite spells work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we don't run white. I think I'm okay with that. Brain Freeze is our win con. 8, run behind. We get to cut a removal spell. Diversion Equation. I don't think we're running the Cauldron. It's too bad. I love Cauldron. It's really good. All right, Tablet's a maybe. We're not very good at, like, it taps for 2 mana, which is great, but we're not great at using it. Like, and I normally play it anyway, except we kind of want the lectures. So the just to talk about this really quick, the danger in this style of deck, and the thing I see people may mess up most often, is this Topiary Lecture is a good card. Like, it's strong, it gets big, it produces a lot of mana, and it makes mana the turn after it comes down. But if if this is your first play of the game, you're gonna lose, because it doesn't stabilize you, it doesn't block the turn it comes down, and then it doesn't really block after that. So you don't get to play it unless your other 3s are particularly good at blocking, or your other 2s are particularly threatening. So they are, so we get to play them, but it doesn't go well with like a tablet. We're playing the Trove out of necessity. I would rather not. It's a good card, but in this deck we have Vicious Rivalry, and I'd rather just have Studious First Years. Dance is a good card because most of the time we're going to pay 2 mana and dig, but sometimes it's a big threat. Snarl Song is good at 4. If you can get to 3 reliably and 4 sometimes, then it's good. Hypothesis is just an X creature. Spellbook Seeker is part of our Brain Freeze package. And Archaic is usually a 5 mana 6/6. Great. So here's what we have to work with. Let's figure this out. We have 2 black cards, and then Studious First Year. Both of our black cards are castable off the Hydro Channeler. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black sources is plenty for 2 cards. All right, and then Fields of Strife, we're just running it instead of 1 mountain. We need green, blue, and red after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These don't count as red sources. These don't count as red sources because we need red for creatures as well. We need more red sources if we're going to play the Glass Rites, which we might end up cutting the Glass Rites. 6. We need more green sources. 7 minimum. I'd like more. Blue. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got to come down on our colors a little bit. So we need to either come down on our red dependence or our... Yeah, I think that means we're cutting the Glass Rites. That way we get to go down to 1 mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards. 2 black cards. Only Lorecaster can be cast with the Hydro Channeler. We can get away with 16 lands. I don't know if I want to, but I'm glad to know that we can. Seeker is usually pretty weak. It's only because we're a Brain Freeze equation style deck that I want it. We may need to dig in general. I think Burog Barrage is a little bit weak in our deck. I mean, we do have a few hits. 5, 5, 6, 6. So Hypothesis is our weakest creature. But it is pretty nice being able to just pick it up again with a Diversion equation later. We've got to Procrastinate, feed the Arthropod. It's still a good 2 mana 1/4. We'll keep the Hypothesis. I think that means we cut the Archaic. Flashback is generally pretty weak, it's just because we're a Brain Freeze deck. Barrage Barrage is usually worse than Unsettled Maneuver, but I'm pretty happy with enough instant speed removal. We could cut the Grapple with Death. We're currently on 12, 13 creatures, 14 creatures with a Snarl Song. Yeah, we'll cut the Grapple. Then we can cut a Swamp too. And without a Swamp, we have 1, 2, 3. I guess we're going to cut black altogether. Just be a Teamer Brain Freeze deck. I really like Vicious Rivalry, so I'm a little sad about that. One more cut. It's probably just a Lecturer. Even though it's pretty good in our deck. It's solid, but it is still our worst 3-drop. I would have loved a little more card advantage. Any other way to generate some value up here? Yeah, we're down to just Teamer. All right, let's run it. Thanks, Ort. I think we can keep this. Ideally, I hit a blue source. More likely, I just dance for it. On the draw, we could not keep this because Lecture as our first play of the game would be a loss. But on the play, we can make it work. They are going to assume we're a 5-color deck because we went red, white, green, and that's not a thing. All right. I have my headphones on and I can hear the music now, and everything feels better when I can hear music. I'm only have a little over 2 hours, 2 more hours, I mean. Well, I want to hit my land drops. I can't currently cast that spell. Sealdeck.tech. Yeah, I'm trying. I really want them to stay working. I'm hoping that I can... So, like, after the Arena Championship, I'll either be able to stream full-time or get a normal job and stream way less. And I'll be able to afford things again. That's the goal. So, Herix, install 17 lands if you want some coaching. Helps. Island! I think I just want Tester down. I'm gonna pay X equals 0 to move 0 counters from this creature to a different creature that doesn't exist. If this made real mana, I would have played the Hydro Channeler, but I'm fine just getting up to a 2/2 and laying out a Lorecaster. Taking our time here. This is cute. Being a 4/4 is pretty valuable right now. I'm trying to decide how badly I want to play the Channeler. I think I just want to Surveil. 5 mana 4/4 Surveil 2 is not the best right now. 6. I get an Arthropod and then what? I can't Arthropod and Procrastinate in the same turn. Alright, I'm just going to pay all 5 mana for the Orisa next turn. Like, it's not perfect. It's really good. I might need another blue source. I need a second blue more than I thought I would. Yeah. I love streaming. It's very fun. And, like, I need either be making a little more or some more consistency. Well, hello there. This is arguably the best card in the set. Like, it's definitely up there. But just a strict 5-for-1 draw to, like, 6-for-1 gain life is very good. I think that's probably game. It's really hard for me to match that card advantage, but it's not impossible. Because I get to Arthropod and then Procrastinate. And I can Brain Freeze them. Like, Brain Freeze alone is what gives me a shot this game. because they're probably gonna draw 5 cards a second time. Oh boy, I have discarded my hand. It feels unreasonable how often I discard my hand against a deck that doesn't, against a normal deck. I can top deck Brain Freeze and they can play a million spells. Or that's actually great here. I can pick up a Run Behind or a Dance. I feel like I have to find the Brain Freeze. I'm going to lose anyway. All right, 11, 12 coming in. I'll block the 5, taking 6. I'm so sick of discarding my hand, though. It happens every game. Let's see, 11 coming in. I can buy a whole turn with a kill spell. I'm gonna pick up the Dance and the Hypothesis. Just because one lets me surveil and live. Eight, 9. I still die. I mean, Unsettled Mockery gives me a shot at living. Anything else, they just use the Molten Note. And if I don't give them a Molten Note target, then they're not guaranteed to grow the Fractal Tender to kill me. Because they get 6, 9, 10 is lethal. So all they have to do is get 1 extra point of damage. But I don't see a line to win this. The 10 for 1 across 2 turns. The turn 5, 5 for 1, or 6 for 1. Turn 6, 5 for 1 was pretty brutal here. Like, they are at plus 11 cards on me from that. It's okay. My opponent just turn 4 killed a thing, drew 5 cards, gained 5 life, and then turn 5 made me discard my hand, which I don't think is the norm. But I do feel like I discard my hand a lot. We can keep this. Tester into Run Behind is pretty good. Keeps you alive. We get to test the tangential. Hey, Lecture is good here. Even if they scatter it, playing the spell is useful. As in scatter is most likely. We'll get in there. Oh, okay. That's okay. I get to increment. What I want to do now is Tester of the Tangential, increment here. I really don't want them having 5 mana this turn. So green, green, Burog Barrage, creature I control, creature I don't to deal 2. And it increments here. And then I play the land, take action, X equals 1, slide to the left. And that way I get to Visionary's Dance next turn and still pull a counter off. These are both cards for 3 mana to let you turn 5 Visionary's Dance. We have been procrastinated. Well, but it was only procrastinated for 3 counters or 4 counters, so we will get to use this again. I'm gonna move at 0 counters from 1 tester to the Topiary Lecture. They have 3 turns before I get a huge amount of mana. I think it's worth running behind on this mascot just because next turn they're guaranteed to draw a card off of it with a tablet. I don't have a lot of bad draws. Everything's castable right now. And a land is not a bad draw. Probably just surveilling and then untapping and dancing. What a dance. Who is this little guy? Do we know this guy? Except surveil. I haven't used any X spells yet. That's probably worth keeping. This probably is a counter spell. I think it's still worth it. Lecture will soon untap and make 5 mana. Aw. Betrayed. It still only hits 1/2 the card. Higa, how you been? Good to see you, buddy. How are things? We have a solid Teamer ramp deck here. It's only X equals 3, but it's still pretty good right now. Three life and 2 3/3s is like an okay use of 6 mana. Ooh, what con? Vegas, right? MagicCon Vegas, where you were? Hey, 2 mana, 2/2 draw 2 is pretty good. They can double block here. Yeah, it's worth swinging out. Even if they double block and I give them my 6 mana, like, I'm happy killing 2 creatures. I'll pass. Unless I can surveil. Yeah, I'll pass. What events did you play? It's a good draw. They have 5 mana left to work with, a 7/5 and 2 cards in hand. That is theoretically enough to survive. Block the lecture, block 3/3 and die. That's cool. Misha, hey, were you at Vegas? Well, that's a very good draw. Good game. It doesn't actually matter though. I can pick up all my spells and draw one of my top X. So for the first time in this whole format, I have a Brain Freeze deck. Yeah, I bet. Like, I feel like Vegas is for Spikes and Vorthos. The Spike and Vorthos con. You get very busy at the Vorthos cons. I'm gonna be in Cincinnati, but I'm not gonna be. I don't get to play in the main event, so I'm in Cincinnati on the 16th for SCG-Con Cincinnati. If people are there and want to say hi, but my dad's retirement concert, his last concert ever, is that Sunday, so I can't play in the main event because I can't win the main event. I'd keep this on a blue source. I've never heard of Cool Stuff Con, Misha, but I would go to a Cool Stuff Con. I like Cool Stuff Inc. I think we put back the diversion equation. It's just not something we want until pretty late in the game. Turn 1 first year, turn 2 rampant growth is a great start. Even if it means we don't have our summon in play yet. This is a scary turn too. That's rampant growth. I think we do still get a mountain. Just making sure, because I have my second green source. Yeah, so I want differently named lands. Damn that dude. Oh, I'm sorry. It's very annoying, Eric, when it happens. But I feel your pain. I kind of want to surveil. There's a good chance that what they're holding up is Essence Scatter too. So I can go removal spell Snarl Song here. I think I want other things rather than the land, so I'll keep the removal spell here. Even though it means I don't guarantee a turn 6 Snarl Song, I'm kind of okay with that. Number 4, Summit. Maybe it won't matter. If they don't give me anything to kill, it's not going to matter. But they have to be holding an Essence Scatter, just because you don't keep this hand if you're not holding an Essence Scatter. Like, you don't keep this hand that doesn't have removal for a 3/3 with a Diary of Dreams if you don't have Essence Scatter as well. I do, like, I always play Magic when I walk the dog. And, you know, if I'm picking up poop, then you have to wait for me to pick up the poop. I'm just gonna surveil. Yeah, I actually want this land that is a different color. We are gonna go ahead and... I'm okay snarl songing and dancing. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, it holds up. It lets me hold up removal here. And Procrastinate might just get used to tap a creature. I think they die. I am mocking you unsubtly. Alright. I want a brain freeze so bad, but this is not a brain freeze game. But if it becomes a brain freeze game, it's going to be because they wiped the board and I have a flashback or a divergent equation. And then white, red, blue, gnarl. This card is great at 4. It's kind of, this is an awkward card because it is really good at 4 colors and really pretty weak at 3 colors. 2 4/4s is very different from 2 3/3s in this set. It's really pretty trivial to trade with or kill 2 3/3s, and significantly more difficult to trade with or kill 2 4/4s. It's just how the stats line up. So I don't like Snarl Song if I can't get to 4 reliably. So they can put a counter on here. They still just die. Good game. I haven't even checked my record. All right, I need more water. I'll be right back. Here's the deck if you want to see it. I pivoted pretty hard to play Brain Freeze because that was my rule in this set. Is I have to storm when at all available. I have to storm. So we're storming here. I'll be right back. We're storming here. Oh, you can't hear me because my mic was all the way down. All right, one sec. Thank you. So if anybody would like coaching on Friday, I believe I have 2 slots left. Ooh, Arthropod, Emil, and dance. Let's dance. It's helpful if you have a few drafts under your belt, under 17 lands. I'm going to be focusing on slightly more advanced drafting concepts. So just people who have played a little bit. Let's see, Arthropod, Emil, knockout maneuver is just a great start. Arthropod is very good in this set because it might occasionally draw you cards, but 2 mana 1/4 blocks everything. Well, we don't always play all the spells. Next turn we just start making 3/3s. My opponent is stuck on land. Sorry, buddy. I get it. You take a risk. Sometimes it pays off, but I wouldn't keep a hand that can do actual nothing. Oh my god, we had a game last night, and hey, Wally. I don't have I believe. Hang on, one sec. So I moved the Thursday stream to Friday because I'm doing things tomorrow that I didn't realize. So 2 o'clock, but I'm not going to be starting the coaching right away. So I'll be here at 2. There's a chance it's later if I have to take someone home. Yeah, okay. Scavenger is a brick wall of a blocker. And Scavenger and Emil gives us value late. Like these 2 cards do a lot of work alone. They might be giants. It's not my mood today. Yeah, I would like to a lot, Wally. Sorry, I ended up traveling this Monday. I would have played. I'm supposed to be doing a game night, but I don't know if that's Monday or the following Monday. I would really like to do that though. So Wally is a friend of mine. He runs Blood on the Clock Tower on Mondays, and I would really like to stream that sometime. Okay, good to know. But yeah, if you want to bring your draft logs, I can help you work on specifics. And when people paid, I offered guarantees. If I didn't offer noticeable improvement, they'd get a refund. But I just want to. It's a really useful vehicle for me to talk about weird quirks of the format. Yeah. My opponent thinks I'm mono green. The fool. I think I want to barrage one of these. Emil is just kind of far away from being good. I'm going to barrage the flyer. No, I'm going to hold off. There's a chance that they try and bite me. But if they do nothing, I have to take the damage. But this way, there's a pretty good chance that they try and move the counter over to the cuboid. I love it. I think they nailed the mechanics this set. I love Prepared. Wally, it's so good. Prepare is so good. Cuboid. Alright, we're gonna resolve it first. And then shoot it. I don't want to counter the spell. I'm over here like, opponent, please believe me. I promise I'm not a mono green deck. I am in fact a 4-color deck. You just can't tell. Sure. I have to attack. There's no point in staying back to block the 1 because they don't want to attack with Emil anyway. They just want to grow. I was really hoping to hit any land there, even another forest, just to drop Emil. I figured, well, I missed 5 land draws in a row. One of the next 2 must be a land, and that was foolish. That was a foolish assumption. So they get in for 5. An island lets me channel and scavenge. Or we can continue to not draw lands. We've only missed 8 land draws. It's fine. Yeah. No, they just got us here. We miss our land draw 6 times. Then we only needed one of our other 2 colors to get there. But yeah, removal spell just kills us dead, and that's okay. Let me check my lands, because maybe I didn't remember to add islands. I've done that before. Oh, it's okay, Jack. So you're gonna have games like, if you draw better, you're not always gonna win better. If you draw worse, you're not always gonna lose. Like, and it's worth knowing what tweaks you can make and how to play. Like, one unfortunate talent that I have is winning after drawing 10 lands. I'm really good at drawing 10 lands in a row and then winning. Oh yeah, that's very wrong. Okay. Wait, what? 18, 7. So we're at 8 blue. Hey, the Field of Strife is the tricky card here. 5, 6, and 7. We want to be on 8 and 7 if we can help it. I didn't mean to run the Spectacle Summit. That's why I'm confused. All right, here we go. These things happen, Jack. You have other things you can leverage. In that case, it was our life total. Herix, I like this commander deck. It feels weird that Yuru doesn't exist. I bet people would be okay with you printing it out. This is a bit of a risky keep, but turn 2 Tester, turn 3 Trove, turn 4 Orisa is so strong. And then we get to Snarl Song. So, like, specifically, Snarl Song lets you recover. So we're going to take some damage and start out a little behind, but unless they are a full black-white aggro deck leveraging our early stutters, we'll be okay. And we are on the draw, and if we miss, we have 3 shots to draw a land. I can do that. Yuru is MTGA only. It does not exist in paper. It is an alchemy card. Hey, Carl. It conjures Chitter Spitters onto the battlefield. Like, the Chitter Spitters are real cards. If someone bounces them, they go back to your hand. It only exists in MTGA because it only can. Yes. I'm having a really good time, Carl. We're having some mana issues with this deck, which is kind of a surprise, but that's okay. They can scatter here. That 3rd land lets us Potioner's Trove, which is very important. We've been dazed. We've been dazed. Our opponent has hard cast a Force Spike against us. Sometimes the daze feels really bad. Emil might be a better play here, just because if they don't kill Emil immediately and I draw the land, then like, if I draw a land here, make a 3/3 every turn, we don't have to play more spells, which is very useful against a counter spell based blue deck. And if they kill it, they kill it, and that's also okay. Potioner's Trove, Studious First Year. Acting like we need the first year, we do not. Deduce. I really like this Deduce art. I don't like this Deduce art, but this is cool art. All right, blue, red, green, white. We're gonna resolve this while we can. Red, oh wait, undo. White. And red, and since everything else we don't have a choice over, we get to Snarl. See, that being dazed would have been really bad. Yeah, I love these. Like, I think they kind of nailed all of the archives. The Japanese ones are too. Very cool. Like, I love the Hop to It art. I love the new Toski art. We did it! We found our brain freeze. All is well. Our opponent has 22 cards, so we only need to cast 7 spells and they'll die. I am so happy to have brain freeze. Also, look at this brain freeze art. It's beautiful. We're gonna have a rampant growth. We're gonna Tide Caller. No, we'll Ramp of Growth first. Because we can't actually play this with just 2 mana. Get in for 9. Probably a run behind? Yeah. Put it on top. Doesn't do anything, but we'll still do it. Alright, 22 cards. I can mill them 6, 9, 12 right now. Puts them to 10 cards in the library. It's really hard for them to win from there. But I'm going to be greedy and wait to do more cards. I'm not going to gain the life, though. I probably should have made it 3-3 there. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. So I can make a 6-6. Love to kill this. But they probably kill my creature in response. And I don't want to risk that. In for 4. Moses, hi! How you been? How you doing? Thanks for the raid. Hi, everybody. I'm Scuffle. I'm going to respond with the Barrage here. Because this is a scary card. It just generates a lot of value over time. It is mandatory, though, so if they kill my creature in response, I'll Brain Freeze them and they'll die. I think I just lay out Orisa for the full 5, try and set up a lethal Brain Freeze. Could also Hypothesis for the same reason. X equals 4. Yeah, I like that. Just play a 4/4. It's really fun, Moses. I love it. Neither. We want cheap spells now to try and get a lethal Brain Freeze. What are you playing today? We doing some draft? I want to Brain Freeze them so badly. We're just a Teamer Brain Freeze deck. Well, we'll get in for 5 again. Going for an Orisa. Ooh, the Quandrix decks are fun. The Converge decks are fun too. We're on Quandrix Brain Freeze today. Splashing red, we got a Visionary Dance and a Flashback for our Brain Freeze. Yeah, I had to. Like, we didn't see it until late in pack 3. Or I'd have built around it a little better, but it's still just good. Yeah, that's okay. $19 cards. I can Brain Freeze them for 9. So if I had Flashback. I think I wait to Brain Freeze. I think they're gonna play more spells on my turn in general. But if I get a Brain Freeze, then Diversion Equation back Brain Freeze. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a Diversion Equation. 5 for the equation. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 for Hypothesis, 2 to Brain Freeze. That's 2 spells. Milling them 9 now. Got 1 more for me, Charles Madagascar. I can mill them 9 twice here. End step. Brain freeze. Brain freeze. And brain freeze. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So 5, 2, 2 is something I get to do. Gain 2 life. Oh, Buster Storm does do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the kill. X equals 2. Targeting Brain Freeze and Wild Hypothesis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a mythic on the bonus sheet. It's rarer than Brain Freeze. It's just good. Brain Freeze is just good in this format, though. Like, even if you have no real ability to storm with it, milling your opponent 9 or 12 on one card is enough to win the game a lot of the time. Yeah, we had to cut some red. We were a 5-color converge deck. We ended up cutting red, white, and black, green, and good cards to make Brain Freeze a card. Yeah, we can keep this. It's not crazy. We get to turn 2 Channeler, turn 3 Arthropod, Brain Freeze ourselves if we want to try and set up a big diversion equation. Probably not worth it, but I like the novelty of it. I like Channeler turn 2 in general. This is another song from the One Piece musical. Also, Theo, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. We just want to try and get a Brain Freeze for 9 again. So then later we can diversion equation. Damn. I really wanted to play the diversion equation with that in play. I'm good. If you're not actually okay, you should let me know later. Don't have to do that on stream, though. I think we do careful study here. Just because I'm expecting them to kill this? Oh. Well, now. That is very interesting. That means that we're looking to Brain Freeze, flashback Brain Freeze. So if they use a kill spell here, we get to Brain Freeze them. So now we just need a red source to get a big Brain Freeze kill. Alright, there's one spell. If I can get 9 cards out of them, I will Brain Freeze. Don't want to miss our land drops. One spell. I'm counting out of habit more than anything. It tells me the count, but it's still good to keep count on your own where you can. I have to do something about this sooner or later. One spell. They're just drawing cards for now. So they get to draw a card if I let this happen. I kind of want to run this behind then. No, we'll let it happen. They can draw their card. Oh, okay. I can't do anything until my opponent gives us a spell. My fear is that they're going to converge and make me discard 4 cards. Oh, sorry, Herix. We really need red, yeah. We're trying to brain freeze, flashback, brain freeze. But if I can just mill them 9, I can diverge an equation back to brain freeze, and then brain freeze, flashback, brain freeze. Yeah, our opponent has not played a creature yet, and our hand is all interaction. I think it's worth still playing our lands. They're just drawing 2 cards. I know. It's because they've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draw spells and 2 removal spells, and that's all they played. My hand is just interaction right now with no targets. I would like to draw like a creature. Creature or red source now. Yes! Math deck! We're Storm. We're playing Storm, Carl. Our opponent is playing hard control. We're playing Storm. Like, looks like they're trying to do the same thing. What's up?
Mark, you made a pizza. Would you like a slice?
I'm not like hungry, but I would love a small slice. If you,
Okay.
but otherwise, don't worry too much. All right, Lorecaster picks up Quick Study, probably. Are they finally gonna play 2 spells in the same turn? No, they're not. Are you stream sniping me? Ooh, Studious first year. Rampant growth. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Brought pizza. Right. We're gonna tap here. Please counter this spell. Please. Please counter this spell. I'm gonna stop on my end step. Yes. Got a combat. Are they casting another spell? We're gonna pass to our end step. Brain freeze them, mill them. We're only milling them 15. So, the funny thing about this is if they have a copy of Run Behind, they can stop themselves from decking by playing Run Behind on their Lorecaster and then picking it up every turn. But that locks up 9 mana per turn. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they only have 2 mana per turn to work with. Also just flashback brain freeze. Song is so good and so sad.
Just Bible plus Ozymandias as a critique of capitalism, and it's so catchy. And bees, the church is founded for 6 trillion rubles. The bubbles burst, but we get frugal. We get to do it 2 more times also. Like, we only milled them 15 this turn, but I get to mill them 15 the next 2 turns also. AI generated microscopic camels. Maybe I can get a rich man into heaven. Is Time Twister in this set? God, that would be funny. If they Time Twister me, then I have to do it again. Well, I was too early. These are keeps. Yes, keeps. Oh, sorry, opponent. Were you over there roping? I wasn't paying attention. This is fundamentally the difference between me and a control player. Is a control player, like, control players are good. Like, I respect it. But, like, control players tend to not focus on value and interaction. And I usually just focus on killing them. I'm good at killing them. I'm not a great control player. I try to be. The last one was God King Google. It's the future's techno feudal. This one is... Hang on. It was a Kirby Vibes by Bros. It's just a Kirby remix and on the piano. It's nice. Good game. Ooh, they had one too. They were also trying to brain freeze me, but they drew too many cards. I can't believe this was a brain freeze. I think you're still the, like, when you win the world championship playing control, Theo, I think you're still the best control player. Even if you play aggro afterwards. I haven't played Slivers in 10 years, but I'm still the best Slivers player. Oh. You gotta like it. You can't play control if you aren't enjoying it. And, like, that goes doubly for Magic. Like, one of the things that... If you play control really well on Arena and then go to, like, a Grand Prix and play control there, it's not the same. You have to play control 10 hours, no breaks. Because, like, if you play Burn, you get breaks. You win. Yeah, our opponent also had Brain Freeze. We we froze them to death. That's why they weren't ever double spelling. That's why they're banking spells. I thought they were playing around my Brain Freeze, but they were banking for their own Brain Freeze. But I went off first. However, we were gonna win because let's say they Brain Freeze me in response. I got to run away, flashback my own runaway to draw a card. To put a card on top of my library. Vibing today. It's a good day. Tester into Orisa is nice, but it's not Tester into Orisa. It's just Tester, and you can't keep this as your only playable spell. We don't get to Mockery or Snarl. Throwing it back. No blue, we gotta put it back. There's both of our... These are our only 2 red sources that don't make blue. This is good. Let's keep this. Equation, because this is a late game card anyway, and I really just want to study. Da, da, da. I think we put back the Snarl song. It's pretty good here, but I want all these cards that do their job early. So it's incredibly rare, but you are more likely to... I should have played the forest. Yeah, that was a mistake. It means that I'm more likely to kill my students first year before I get to rampant growth. Yep, so just so everyone else is aware, it's not, so there's uncommon rare and mythic rare cards from the bonus sheet, but the mythic rares are the mythic rares are like absurdly rare. That's why Force of Will is still $80. And the rares are like 1 in 8, 1 in 10 packs. We are on a mold of 5. I'd love to rampant growth, but I think anything other than a 4/4 after this start is a loss. Because they dig site inventory here and attack for 8. We block here, and we let them hit for 8. We take 8, go to 9. So we have to be ready to trade here, which sucks. If I double block here, they kill the scavenger, so it's pretty much the same as double blocking here. And if they have a Masterful Flourish, we can't win anyway. Like, we can't beat a perfect 7 on a mold of 5. But because this is a 4/4, we get to keep our first year here. Yeah, every draw this game is in a land, which is pretty rough as well. If I lay out the lecture, I'm taking 8. I think I have to accept that. We have to try and grow the lecture enough to block. This is going to be tough. So Brain Freeze, so Punk, Brain Freeze is a hard enough. Wow, seriously though? Every draw is a land this game. We'll get a mountain into play. We're gonna play the island just so I can surveil. We block here, take 4, go to 1, and hope. But it's not looking good. That's okay. That's gonna be game. Good game. All we get to do is surveil. Yeah, mold of 5 hurt, but what really hurt was the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, no, just 6 lands. We drew 6 lands in a row, and these things happen. Let's go again. This is the last one I've got. I should have done a pick 2 for time reasons. Wait, I have until 5:30 today, so I have an hour and 15. All right, that's enough time for one more draft. And then Friday we're doing coaching. If you are interested in getting some draft coaching, go ahead and DM me. My big weakness this set is I love the paradigm spells so much. Like, they're my favorite thing. So I'm taking this. If this weren't in the pack, I think it's a land. Like, Royal Treatment, I think, is very good in this format, and I first pick it, but not very often. And Ennis is good on his own, but like, I'm pretty happy to lock into red. I'm okay locking into a color because it lets you be Converge or red-white or blue-red. So what I'll usually do is I'll go over your 17 lands data to try and identify what we should work on. And then, like, if what I decide we need to work on is your ability to pivot and stay flexible, we'll draft together and work on that. If you are great at the draft, then I'll have you bring a draft deck already and we'll work on your gameplay. If it's just you're mulliganing too much or not enough, or if your combat, like, the most common thing lately, people have been not going for the win. People have been going for, like, grinding. And if you go for a grind here, then you are counting on your cards being better than your opponents, and that's just not a guarantee in this format. So following the capstone, I don't like Archaic's Agony out. Like, I want to be on 5. If I'm not on 5 colors, I don't like the Agony. So I'll tell you what, after this draft, we'll go over Comet's draft logs and see what we can work on. If someone else wants to show me their draft logs right now, we can do that instead. But like 3 drafts is usually enough for me to figure out what's wrong and what we can work on. Like, it's a little more advanced than me telling, like, if you just want to know what to pick or what works, watch the stream. I like to be a little more personalized. So here we're looking at Trove and Wilt in the Heat. Wilt in the Heat is better, but it locks us into red-white right away. We'll take the Trove because it keeps us nice and flexible. I like Archaic. Soloist and Wilt and Heat are both great. I think it's going to be Wilt now. Like, Archaic is great. Like, this is a red-white card for us because I'm not that interested in converging with it. It is very good in red-white, though. I'll take it. Let's see if we can wheel these Wilt and Heats. I think Repel Calamity is a good enough removal spell to pick up right now, and I'm willing to fight to play the Capstone. We could take Embrace the Paradox to go into the Capstone, but I found that I want to be playing bodies out when I've got a Paradigm spell, because when your opponent beats you after you play a Paradigm spell, it's because they've just got enough pressure on board. We've got Pigment Wrangler, Ajani's Response. If I'd taken the Embrace the Paradox, we could have taken the Arthropod here. But, like, this is kind of where we would put the X spells. I think it's going to be the Mascot. I love Mascot in this style of deck because it is flexible, it draws cards, but it also walls really well. And the Wrangler is good, but I don't have the spells I want to copy just yet. Visionaries, Dance, or Terramorphic Expanse. The Dance is good. I'm going to take the Terramorphic because I'd like to be with a Trove. We're already very good at splashing. Well, green-black is what's open. If we move into Teamer, we lose only Repel Calamity. We get to take the Knockout Maneuver or the Terrafractal. I'll take the Knockout Maneuver to speculate between... Okay, we can even wheel the other Arthropod. Monstrous Rage is great. Ajani's Response puts us into white. But if I can wheel the other Arthropod and be an X spell with 2 copies of it, I'll be very happy. That's fair. It's been Turtles for months, so, like, valid. But this is a great set, Carl. Good night, Moses. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate you, buddy. Did you see Nathan Stewart won the Pro Tour again? Makes me so happy. It makes me really happy when repeat people win the Pro Tour. Because, like, I like seeing seals create some consistency, you know? Shows that pro players can happen. That's why we need a Pro Tour. Royal Treatment over Dual Tactics. I didn't get to watch it. I was at a wedding. It was a fun wedding. That's pretty cute. We're also not locked into green here. We're really just locked into this Capstone because I want to play with the Capstone. But green-black is really open here. Yeah. I think I'm going to take the Fire Dancer over Orisa here. Even though I like Orisa a lot, I want to cut red more than I want to cut blue. This is a late Docent. This card's very good. And I like being a more aggressive red-white deck going into the Capstone. That's really cute. That's really cute, Carl. I like that. So like when I ran Okon, we would almost always have a wedding at the event, and I really miss running those kinds of weddings. Golgari is the weakest color combo in this set. That's true. Am I playing Luminous Favor at all? But that's only because it's so weak. Comment. I love Bulk Up if we're aggressive. I think I like Bulk Up here. We might be fairly aggressive right now. That Monstrous Rage was pretty late. Oh, Berta is really good. Is Berta better than a Slumbering Trudge for us? Also close. The Trudge is kind of amazing, and it's a good X spell. I'm going to take Berta. Yeah, Golgari is quite weak, but the rares are good enough to make it work. Like, if you take a black, go for it. or Cauldron. Bleck or Cauldron are both good enough to go Golgari. Looks like white is the cut, and we're Teamer. Archaic is great, and Pestroot Sloth is amazing, and Stock Up is really good, but I think we have to take removal right now. We just don't have enough. We're at one knockout maneuver. I like this group. They do really cool. Oh, this isn't even the one I thought. I just really like this cover. Deduce, land, tackle artist. I do want the deuce, but we need the land. Like, my mana is just not good enough right now. Tackle artist is a great finisher. Deduce is just good in general. I don't like Fractal Mascot if I can't actively ramp into it. I don't like Growth Curve unless I specifically build around it. So yeah, we'll take the land. I do love Spell Pierce. Is that better for us than a Muse Seeker? It's certainly close. It is a little awkward with the capstone. So are the X spells in general. Like a Muse Seeker. Yeah. Proctor's Gaze. Yeah, just double checking. But I love Proctor's Gaze in general, and especially here. I guess I didn't realize. I just realized we're doing Teamer for the second time in a row. Whoops. Primary Research is a lot of card advantage, but we don't have any of the cards that work with it, just one Stone Docent. So it's not worth going into white for. I really like the Aviator. If we take the Virtuoso, then we move into a slightly more aggressive build. And I kind of like that, actually. More aggressive build into the Capstone. Okay, yeah. Like if blue-red aggro is what's open, we'll move into it a bit. All black cards. Will Nahid is great. We would need a lot of lands for Will Nahid to make the cut from here. We'll take a Banishing Betrayal. I love this Fracture art. It's just not a good enough card in this format. White is open now in this direction. We'll take a Barrage, though. That would be really cool. I would love that, Carl. Klundrik's Charm. This shouldn't wheel. This card is first pickable in green, but that tells us that green is at least somewhat open. So this isn't even that good in Witherbloom. This is just a 4/4 reach. It's a brick wall. Muse's Encouragement versus Dual Tactics. If we're leaning aggressive, Dual Tactics is very good. And I don't know that we are just yet. Seize the Spoils is good enough. Like, green can be a pretty light splash from here. We would lose Arthropod and Royal Treatment. Yeah. They've been kind of nailing it. They finally gave spells more identity. Instant sorceries as a whole have more identity now. We're looking to replace. Oh boy. Can I double splash an arc? What are we giving up by taking the arc? Run behind. Pigment Wrangler, Return the Favor. I love Return the Favor. I think Return the Favor is like kind of amazing in this set. So it used to be that like burn spells were a thing, right? So you'd have a spell that deal. Hang on one sec. How greedy am I feeling? I don't have any fixing other than the Potioner's Trove. Yeah, we're gonna be responsible. I love that Return the Favor is the responsible pick. Disdainful Stroke, Tome Blast. Damn. All right, so yes, but I'd have to add a color, which I don't really have the ability to do. So Arc of Hunger is the best card in red white, period. And the it's still pretty good everywhere else. In red white specifically, it is the best card. Outside of red white, is still very good. So it's not like I do think Return the Favor is just as good. Hey, we're brain freezing again. Good for us. It's a very exciting realization. Land over Quandrix Charm and Tabulator right now. It's a good brain freeze deck. I'm sorry. I got really excited when I saw the brain freeze. Sky Coach is great for a brain freeze deck, and we need the creature too, because it gives me a spell. Otherwise, I would take the Glassrite, and I might wield the Glassrite here. Sky Coach is just a good card on its own. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. All right, so blue-red spells used to be like Shock. Shock was an important card, and still is an important card when they print it. Second Sundering Archaic is a little tough. Our removal is in a good spot overall. Spellbook Seeker is good with Brain Freeze. I might just be the Grave. I'm gonna take the Archaic. So they've been giving blue and red more things to do, more things than just counter the spells, draw the cards. Like a good example is Quick Study. So Quick Study is 3 mana, draw 2 cards, instant speed, or divination. Like that is a good card, and you can tell a lot about a given draft format by how good divination is in that set. Well, hello. Mind into Matter is very good. Band Painter and Archaic, yes. We're full teamer, so more fixing would be good. Spell Pierce, Micah. We don't have the treasures, but I'm willing to work a little hard for Spell Pierce. We're cutting green down to a splash. I'll splash a Royal Treatment and a Proctor's Gaze. Seize the Spoils helps a lot with setting up a big brain freeze. Run Behind is solid. Orisa is solid. This is just a colorless land in this deck. I could have used some Essence Scatters. We didn't really get the fixing I wanted, though. You know, like, we don't have scatters, but Quandrix Charm is very good if we can get blue-green reliably, which might mean that red is our splash now. We cut Dual Tactics, Return the Favor. I really wanted to play Return the Favor, but I think it'll be okay. So Dual Tactics out, Fire Dancer out, Return the Favor out. Red is a much lighter splash now. Keep the Arthropod. Yeah, we gotta drop a little bit more red, so we'll kind of seize the spoils and think we still need all 17 lands. Counter spells are good here. We got the Virtuoso too. I just like it as a way to block and win. I think we might come down one of the Archaics, just because we didn't get a lot of colors. Let's just cut the Forum. 5, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 9, 8, 4. Means we cut the mascot now. We would be going down to 8 creatures. I think I'm okay with that. All right, what triggers our mascot? Capstone, Procrastinate, Mind. Any more really cheap spells I can bring in? Might just bring in Dual Tactics because it's 1 mana and flashes back. Nah, we'll run it like this. This is not a great deck, but I get to brain freeze them. Solid, but slow. This is just too slow. We need something to do early. Don't need a lot to do early, just something. We'll keep this. We're going to try and hold our Conductor until we can also give it the royal treatment. Turn 3 Trove is good here, though. Hopping to it. I think I want to be able to royal treatment badly enough to just run out the Trove this turn. Nice. All right, pass here. Conduct. I just like a 3-man. Like the all board is nice. Mostly, I want to have a 2/3 flash flyer. On this case, we're gonna go ahead and conduct, block here, and then betrayal on this Embermare. Don't need another blue source right now. We need things to do. Hey, that's good. Counter spell is good here. They need to play a land to Embermare or give up their Stone Docent. So this is a cost. They have to pay that cost. So I can get a 2-for-1 by just countering this. They don't have attacks, and I get to gain 2 life. 1 short. We're so close. This is a really good card when you're storming because it still casts. I didn't get a Divergent Equation or a Flash Freeze to really finish this up, though. I'm gonna have to take this 4. Ow. Oof. I can play all 3 spells, so I can give this 2 additional power. Let's see. I can give this 2 additional power for the knockout maneuver. I don't really want to take this 7 if I can help it, is the problem. But I also don't want to waste a royal treatment. I'm willing to take 4 to buy a turn on royal treatment. I think I tried a royal treatment this first. Because I can't. The only thing they have that can kill it is a braid. So I go here. Royal treatment. Which is very dangerous specifically because of a braid. Oops. I don't know. Was not thinking this through. I really meant to block here, shoot here, but it's fine. We're gonna capstone. It just blocked the wrong creature. These things happen. Do they have another spell? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that's really bad. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, drawing a counter spell here is pretty devastating. 6, 7, 8, 9 puts me to 4 life. Needed one of these last 5 cards to be a land. That was a pretty big throw, though, giving up my only creature I've drawn this game. It's not bad, but it doesn't keep me alive either. I can go to a 5/5 blocker, but we threw that one pretty bad. We threw that one, and then we could have won despite the bad. Like, we could have won with a land. We just didn't hit it. Really quick. So these are Reb's draft logs. Oh. All right, so let's see. We're gonna look at the ones before the reset really quick. Welcome back, Reb. So I'm gonna skip this green black one. These things happen, but I don't have a lot to say about the trophies. I finished at like rank 500 something for some reason. No, I don't know. I don't have anything I can do with most of these draft logs. But let's take a look. Yeah, Mozio is a good pick. 1, so like here you can take Mozio, Primary Research, or Burst Lightning pretty happily. Last Gasp is very reasonable. Starter Relic Sloth locks you into Mardu. It's a little early, but it is a very strong card. You could also take Terramorphic to stay flexible. But being Mardu, I think, is very reasonable, especially on a pick 3. But it's tricky because if you go back, you pass a Primary Research and a Burst Lightning and an Abrade, and a Wilt in the Heat, which does make it a little bit tougher for this to work. Not impossible, but it's something that you might have to give up on the Sloth for. Interceptor's good, but I mean, this is where I think you'd have to lock in. So Elite Interceptor would lock you into a black-white deck with a little bit of red. Primary Research locks you into a red-white deck with black. And I know those sound very similar. They're very different in how in the picks. Removal, Love Return the Favor. But this blocks out red. Black is now your splash color. Locks in red. Black is now your splash color. Fields of Strife. Dust Speaker. This is a pretty strong signal that blue is available. Like, I think here I might consider going Jeskai, but we know... Aw, Reb, you gotta take Primary Research here. I get it, though. But, like, this is a pretty high level of draftability. Like, so the only thing we would work on is reading signals specifically in regards to very specific puzzle pieces coming back around. And And in general, the only other thing I've noticed is that you are really good at reading the signal on the open lane, but not on the open speed. Don't worry too much. Like, so your decks, like you're picking the best cards and you're picking the best decks, but you don't lock in the speed you want to be on. You just lock in all the good cards, which works most of the time. But like, that's the kind of very specific thing I do like to work on. And it's not something that is easy to work on specifically, because you might just open up a black-white aggro deck and pick black-white aggro, or a 5-color converge deck. But like specifically the speed, like it'll come down to locking in how you're winning the game earlier. And that's very advanced. Like I wouldn't, hey, it's an Nazgul. There's 13 of them. I think there's actually like 60 of them. We could probably count, but yeah, like it just comes down to your specific speed that you want to work on. So like to coach with you, I wouldn't even bother. Like, I would tell you to come back each time you finished a draft, and we would just do the drafting portion. Because I didn't find it, I've been looking at these while playing. I don't think you have enough gameplay issues that it's worth that time. So like I would hop in for just your draft portion. So like you asked if you wanted to stream it together. Like I would say you should be streaming, and then you should play the games and come back every time you get to the draft. Because, like, in general, you don't need my help for just the basic pick order. If I didn't have Potionist Trove this turn, I would offer this trade. But this way I get an extra card out of a Mind into Matter. So Comet, same problem, actually. Comet has 0, like, Comet's gameplay is so good. It's just her pick order that I want to work on. I would love to Mind into Matter here, but it's gonna get brushed off. It's more likely to be a scatter than a brush off. I'm gonna go for the Mind into Matter, because if they counterspell it, it's still a 2-for-1. They turn a 4-for-1 into a 2-for-1 if they counterspell it. Brain Freeze. We're gonna put a land into play. Well, we had to put a land into play. We're gonna get to Brain Freeze someone this game, and I'm very excited. Everyone's drawing so many cards. Look at all the work they're doing for my Brain Freeze. So right now I can do 3, 6, 9, 12. I can mill them 12. So if they play 2 spells on my turn, I'll be pretty happy. Four, 5, 6, 7. Let's attack first and see what they do. I'm gonna play the Arthropod. Then try Procrastinate plus draw 2. We get to hold priority, do both of these things. I'll draw my card first, because it's more likely to change what I pick up with the Arthropod. Ooh, a Cuboid. Your Converge deck needs a... Snarl Song feels right, but what you need is a stabilizing force. And Snarl Song is the best one at uncommon. I think he's a spoils here. So Snarl Song is the stabilizing force at uncommon. It puts down 2 blockers, gains life. Rancorous Archaic, the 5-drop reach creature, is similar but worse. But the good ones are sweepers. The sweepers are the best stabilizing force for Converge. So usually I end up Converge when I start on a sweeper. All right, 26 cards in library. Land for turn. I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells, mill them 15. I want to bounce the Cuboid. And I want to have a blocker down.
I can't recur the brain freeze. I just want to seize the spoils here. I'm gonna kill the cuboid colony now. The mockery. Tam's great here. Yeah. I run Snarl Song in outside of green way more than in green. I would like to be able to Proctor's Gaze here, so I'll pass. Yes. It's a state of the creature. It's actually a really good mechanic. Like, I think they nailed the mechanics here. That line will never not be funny to me. This says really good, Herix. Like... I wanted to Proctor's Gaze, but I don't have any targets. Well, hello. Now this is what we're doing. Never mind. Lame. Lame. It's fine. It's still a free 3/3. Next turn we get to kill them, because Improvisation Caststone is a spell that casts and casts 2 or more spells. I also get to bounce my own creature. Like, I can bounce my own Archaic. Yep. I have a lot of bad hits, including Spell Pierce. I'm going to go ahead and Spell Pierce, targeting my Improvisation Capstone. And then the Spell Pierce fizzles because the Capstone is finished resolving. Spell Pierce doesn't have any targets. And it all burn. That is 3 spells for Brain Freeze. That is 4 spells for Brain Freeze. For the minute. All right, so Brain Freeze mills 15. 18. 21. All right, we got him. We got him. Bouncer, Matter Bending Mage. Pitch a Pestbrood Sloth. Landfall. Deep Sight. This is a spell. When it all burns down, I will hold you close for the minute. For the minute. Milieu 21. It all burns down. Let the flames devour everything that we are. I will hold you for the minute. I will hold you for the minute it takes. I love Brain Freeze. They had 19 cards left. I'm sorry. Yeah, that happens, Herix. You meant last turn I should have checked for milling them? We were 1 short. So I have been, I don't know if you saw, but I have been testing Storm for the Arena Championship. So I've been counting the number of spells played every turn, every game for 3 weeks. It's a problem, actually. Human Fist. I'll hold you close. It's a little bit slow, but this is why I like Pestbrood Sloth so much. Like,
is slow, but this is a wall. It's strong. And the flames devour everything that we are. I will hold you for the minute. The other day, I played Seize the Spoils turn 3 and discarded a card to draw 2 cards and make a treasure, and my opponent dazed it, and I lost immediately. I love it. It's so good. Like, this is a beautiful design. It's really cool. It works well everywhere, and it's deceptively strong. And like, it's better than usual in this set because this set only has 1 exile spell. There's no auras, there's no rings. Well, that's annoying. I think it's just the betrayal now. Oh, I like Tangrowth. My favorite thing about Pokopia is that people appreciate Tangrowth like I appreciate Tangrowth now. I didn't play it, and I will probably play it eventually, but this is my game time. You all watch my game time. Perverts. This card, okay, so the first like 9 or 10 Silver Quill trophies I saw all had 2 copies of this card, just as a data point. Cool, I was really hoping to hit a land there. I would like to lock the pest. Yeah, Herix! Yeah, Herix, so there's 2 flavors of every archetype. It can be very aggressive or very controlling, and now it's more combo. That's awesome. I loved Pokemon Legends. The reason I didn't like Charlotte and Violet is I got to think about taking steps backwards. Like, if they take steps backwards with the game, I'm very upset. Interesting. They kill that over the Virtuoso, which I guess means they're afraid of the pests, or they have another removal spell later that exiles. Hell yeah, you did. Capstone, yes, what a draw. I love this card. We'll play an Arthropod and a Burrock Barrage. This card is so cool. I love Paradigm cards. I know. I love a slot machine that provides so much value that it doesn't matter. Yep. All of them do that except the black one. And the black one still wins the game situationally. I knew it. Yeah, trying to figure out which one is which is really fun too. Make a 2/5, sure. Land here, gain 2 life. So close, just the 2. Kind of forgot I was attacking them. The Feed the Sore, like, we're the aggressor because 2, 4, 7 life is what they've paid. Capstone. I have killed my opponent. So the black one is good because it will always eventually be correct to target your opponent. So the black one is 5 mana, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life, and with Paradigm, and it will always eventually be correct to hit your opponent with it. It's like, I think the design of that one's really cool because it's very good in green black where you're gaining a ton of life, and very good in black white where you're really aggressive and running your hand out. This is a good hand. If I untap with the Muse Seeker, I win. That's not, I might put some more effort into untapping with the Muse Seeker, especially, like, I might wait until turn 3, which means I want to go Island, then Forest, holding up the Quandrix Charm, then a Mountain Muse Seeker holding up the Royal Treatment. Yeah, but that's so lame. You never want to be on the decline to cast a copy train. I might counterspell this Rampant Growth. I don't get a lot of opportunities to counterspell a Rampant Growth and have it be correct. This is, remember that Bolt the Bird thing that Comet posted? That was Bolt the Bird Purity. Yeah. No, I mean, it's often right to do, but it never feels good to do. We'll see what I draw. I'm likely seizing the spoils, pitching a forest, but I might end up pitching the royal treatment. Huh. I'd rather Proctor's Gaze. I don't want to bounce a Paradox Surveyor, though. Alright, we're just going to seize the spoils here. Well, hello, Brain Freeze. I think that means I'll let the Muse Seeker die. Now that I've got my win con. Our goal now is to Improvisation Capstone and not be dead when I Improvisation Capstone. So land is the ideal draw, so I can Proctor's Gaze here. Still pretty good. I don't really want to use this treasure if I can help it. Got 27 cards, so I need to get to 9 spells in one turn. 3 of them are going to be from the Improvisation Capstone the turn after I play it. So 3, 4. So I need to find... well, they'll be at 24. I need to find 4 more spells, so 1. I should have played Mind and Matter. That puts them to 7 cards. I'll get them to 8 cards here to bounce the Surveyor. I'd love to keep the Archaic, but I think that is too far away from how we're winning this game. I need a second red source so I can play my Capstone. I like this art too. By X equals 3, I draw 4 cards, put a 3-mana spell play into play. By X equals 4, I don't get to hold up Royal Treatment. That's fine. I don't really need the Royal Treatment here. Cool. Tam's a cool way to get 2 spells, because I can prepare her, draw a card, prepare her, draw a card. Like I can prepare her on a later turn. 3, 6, 7. So I get to Capstone now. And then we're going for lethal the turn after I Capstone. Capstone Brain Freeze is a very fun way to win the game. The problem with Capstone, I almost killed myself once because I played it and I had 8 lands in a row, milled myself 10 cards. I don't need these to be plugged in. So when they're plugged in, the noise canceling can't be turned off. All right. I mean, I don't want them to counterspell my spell, and they didn't play the Paradox Surveyor, so I had to assume that they can counterspell a spell. We'll play out some spells first. I'm going to give her the royal treatment. I'm kind of interested in just keeping all the removal that I can. Can Brain Freeze more this turn. So if I Brain Freeze for X equals 4. No, I'm just going to Deep Sight. I went for 5. I got blockers. The next turn I can Capstone holding up Spell Pierce. And we go for the kill the turn after that. "23 cards. So 7 spells becomes the goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's tough but doable. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're 1 minute. We need. Well, we would have enough lands that turn. I don't think they had a counter spell that would have tried to kill Tam. I'm running low on cheap spells, though. I'm going to have to bank them. That's pretty scary. That's going to hit very hard soon. I think I chump here. Okay, cool. Capstone. Can bounce the tester. Make a 5/5 arthropod. No chance to destroy. Hard for them to kill me. 5. If they have an X spell. I like this being on top. So let's say they have a big X spell. For 7 mana, this has 9 power, 12 power, 13, 14 power. Then I die if it's a procrastinate. So we'll pass. Because you're awesome, Herix. Have some faith. No. Gotta go it alone. Go it alone. I need to have a creature in play for the Conductor. So 21 cards. We have 1 spell off the Trove, 2 spells off the Capstone. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3 is 12. Spell Pierce makes 15. Conductor, blink. But I don't have enough blue. But the Trove gives me blue. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 21 milled even. Let me make sure we can cast it. 4 blue. So 2 for the Brain Freeze, 1 for the Spell Pierce. Am I dead? 6, 9, 10, 11. I can block here, taking 9. Cool. I'm okay. No. We don't want that in play. You better go it alone. I'm fine taking 10 here. We're going to kill him. Better go it alone. All right. Dang, I forgot this is main phase. So this has hit 2 spells. Hey, 3 spells counts. All right, so 4 spells cast means I mill 15 right now. So I just need to go 1, 2, 3. Potioner's Trove. Increment here, make a blue mana. Use the blue mana for Skycoach Conductor. Make a blue mana again. Full control. All aboard Blinking Birda. And then we're going to Spell Pierce that. Auto pay there. Resolve, decline. And then Brain Freeze them to mill them 27. Oh, full control end. Yes. Hey, Napsom. I'm pretty excited. I love storming. I think this might be my last game. I only have until about 5:30 today. Yeah, we're a pure brain freeze combo deck. Like, I don't think we can't really win without brain freeze, but improvisation capstone brain freeze has been very effective. That's not true. We have a few good ways to win. This is a risky keep. I don't know if this is a good keep. I got too excited to see. I got too excited. This is really mean. I got too excited to see my improvisation capstone with the Proctor's Gaze, but this might be really bad if I don't hit the third land. If I hit the third land, then never didn't have it and everything's great. I would have rather spell pierce that. Okay. Yeah, they say that you're supposed to keep 2 landers, so you'll draw the third land. That's a lie. We can still win if we draw the third land now. I know. It's tough. You don't see it that much. We're just gonna go to discard, I guess. We'll pitch Tam. I really love the new emotes. I think they're so fun. Oh, I'll counterspell that. Landa! Beautiful. I've only seen brain freeze in drafts 2 times, and they were these 2 consecutive drafts. You got your first trophy, Erics? That's awesome. It's satisfying, isn't it? It's a good format for this. Trove again. I think I want to pass and bounce their fractal to get a land. It's not great. It's not a good position. We're very, very behind. This song's so funny. Oh, that's lame. Yeah, there's not a lot we can do from here. We still haven't drawn the land. Like, It took 9 cards to draw our 3rd land, and we have not drawn the 4th. So they're gonna get us here. Well, let's go again, just because we're short on time. Some bad draws. You're supposed to keep a 2-lander on the draw just because you're statistically likely to draw a land, but every time I do not draw the land. That's cool. I love anger. All right, so I think this is the last game, win or lose. Ooh, Cube is back. I might do some Cube tomorrow or Friday. Ooh, Rosemary's on. We're gonna go see Rosemary after this game. I've tried being humble and it's not working out. All right, this is solid. Quandrix Charm into Virtuoso is pretty good. Sees the spoils. Let's just get off a big mind into matter. This, you can explore, like you can draw 0 cards and I'll counter this. Ideally, I draw a red source. I mean, 3-mana explore is really not that bad, but I'd rather draw more cards. I'm gonna pass. We can be patient here. If it's a real problem, I'll Quandrix Charm. Otherwise, I just want to be able to Deluge Virtuoso and then draw 3 off my Mind into Matter. Okay, that I'm countering. That's too much mana. Alright, I'm gonna Mind into Matter for 2 here because I don't have anything better to do. It's not perfect. Ooh, but I get to put a Muse Seeker into play and Proctor's Gaze for my red source. That worked out great. I don't want to miss my land drop. Alright, we'll Deluge Virtuoso this. That lets me 6 mana to bounce it later. Alright, I'm winning. I got him for 1. That means I'm winning. 2019. Well, that's annoying. We have been processed artistically. Bird is really good off the top. This is a great win con, though, in general. Lame. I can't flash it back. They just had 2 Tome Blasts. Okay. Oh, they are all in on this Infiltrator right now. I guess I'm taking 9. But they're stuff. We just need to go get our mountain first so that my Surveil isn't useless. Nah. We've got a Proctor's Gaze and a Seize the Spoils. Hand's a good draw here. Because they probably just want to replay this Demonstrator. Then I get to Proctor's Gaze, pay the ward, prep Tam. Pass. If I block here, they finish it off with a Tome Blast. I'm kind of okay with that. They have to decide between flashing back the Tome Blast and replaying the Demonstrator. But they really want to take me off of value here. They don't know that I'm about to Capstone them. I should have kept that. I've seen the spoils. Capstone. I'm just gonna let this be countered. That way I get to draw or gain 2 life here. The Mockery is pretty good. I'm not in a hurry. I'm at 10 cards in the library, one of which is a Brain Freeze. I think there's a very real chance that I hit Brainstorm and need to kill them this turn. And go for the kill, because I need to get to 7 or 8 spells. So I'm taking 4 damage to mill them 3 cards. Alright, Arthropod. 1 spell. 1! Okay, not this turn. It'll be next turn. Gain 2 life and pass. I'm happy to just block here. It's gonna be this turn. Like, just by definitionally. Alright, there's a land. We're gonna capstone again. 1. Okay, maybe not. 3 cards left. But I'm not going to deck anymore, so that's pretty nice. I should have played the land. Also gained life. Neat. That has keyword draw a card on it, which importantly puts them down to 18 cards in library. So that's a whole spell I don't even have to cast anymore. Freeze is in the deck. We have 3 cards in our deck. So yeah, we're gonna have to play our spells first. Right. But it's fine because, like, we don't really need to, because we get to, once we hit the Brain Freeze, we get to Archaic. Like, that's why Sundering Archaic is so important. I might put the second one in. Alright, we're going to tuck Berta. Alright, let's just do the rest of the things. So now we do have to play it. I think I want the Conductor just to protect Berta. I kind of want to be able to... Well, I'll just bounce. Resolve. So I want to do this on my upkeep anyway, just for the Surveil. So this is what I'm drawing. Draw step. So it's one of our bottom 2 cards. So still in our draw step. So that was 1 spell, 2 spell, 3 spell, 4. And then the 5 spells. So it depends on what one of these 2 are. But we can last 3 more turns from there. So still on my upkeep. We are going to Royal Treatment here. And then we're going to Spell Pierce the Royal Treatment.
Resolve, decline. Because it should be a land and a brain freeze if I counted right. Or a Burrock Barrage and a brain freeze. So it's not quite lethal, but this is mandatory. And they only have 3 cards left in their library to our 4 cards in the library. Oh, attack too, just in case. 2 cards in the library to our 4. It was our literal bottom card, Brain Freeze. Decline, because I can't afford to just put to mill myself 2 cards. If you flash it back, they die on their net. They can't flash anything back. Okay, well, a card has left your graveyard, and this is not a May. Good game. Decline. Hey, we milled someone else out. All right, it's 5:23. I got time for one more game. Yeah, the skull emoji happens when you mill them out. We have milled out 9 people so far. I mean, we'll keep this. Pest is a little slow, but Pest Fruit Sloth gives us very stable, and we are ramping into a capstone. Like turn 4 Sloth, turn 5 or turn 6 capstone is great. This is a good draw too. If we go turn 3, turn 4, it's pretty good. Turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, turn 6 is our line right now. There's a new VTuber playing Magic. I'm gonna play the Conductor instead of the Trove right now. I like this card. I actually blink with it way less than I expected. I don't know. Was there an event where you could farm gold? Let's try and eat a first year. Aw. We definitely need some number of these tap lands in play. I'm just gonna run out the Trove then. Summit. 4, 5. That's 6 mana. Cube. Cube, you would get gold as an event. They don't do that anymore though. Or maybe they do. Do they still give out gold as the reward for Cube? Yeah. Things have changed a bit because it's like a real cube now. All right, let's check for a scatter.
That's fine. I'd much rather they stroke that than a capstone. I really like this disdainful stroke art a lot. What have you got? What you wildin' for? Well, if I were playing this one turn later, I would lose. Sure. I'm discarding my hand anyway, whatever. This is one way to beat Arcane Omens, too. Lame. A lame brain freeze. All right, well, this is going to be a very hard game to win due to a weak capstone. But milling them 9 is not irrelevant. We may have to mill them out the old-fashioned way, though. This puts a land into play for to weaken their Arcane Omens. X equals 0 on Mind Matter. That was a pretty weak capstone, but they are at 16 cards in library now. And we get to cast our spells each turn. We're going to keep track of our libraries. Not picking up a Divergent Equation or Zealous Lorecaster is really good. Witch 3/3. We still have Berta and a few other win cons, but it's tricky against... Like, this is the deck that we want it against, right? Yes, the Archaic is still in the deck. That's our only method of recovery. I could gain the life. I'd rather keep the treasure. Hey, Fiesta, how's it going? We're having a good time over here. We have a Brain Freeze deck here with Improvisation Capstone and an Archaic to recover it. Ah, too bright. I'm gonna bounce this in response. It's pretty useful. I think that this is pretty useful. So we're gonna draw this, then capstone. And going to a 2/5 is just pretty good. My Fractal Crab. There you are. Can kill a 0 cost. That's cool. I'd spend 0 colors. I'll gain 2. Wait. Royal Treatment, tuck, tuck. I get an extra tuck if I don't Royal Treatment. Okay. Oh, yeah, I will give my Arthropod the Royal Treatment. That's right. My hand is perpetually empty. Your Arcane Omens does nothing.
Instead, I will tuck my brain freeze. Sky Coach. Gain 2 life. That's improvise. Ooh. No enchantments to kill. I don't want to bounce my own Archaic just to exile the Sanar. Full control. Bounce here. No. No. I'm going to submit 0. I just want the land. And we'll make my Arthropod a 5/5 until end of turn. Still full control. 5/5 here. And then tuck. Royal treatment. Mining doesn't matter. It's pretty good now. No, it's really pretty bad if they've got we'll end the full control. Search up a land, put it into play, and more importantly, shuffle my library. Gain 2 life here, land for turn. Number 6. I would have loved to. I would love to take a look. That makes sense. I keep getting my Arcanomes keeps getting me. We have this improvisation capstone brain freeze deck. Aww. All right, that was super fun. I got to brain freeze a lot of people. I'm counting that win as a brain freeze win because we milled them 21, even if it didn't kill them. But we would eventually hit brain freeze again and kill them. But we'll have to stop there at 5-2. I'll try my best to finish this on Friday. For now, let's go see Rosemary. Looks like she's got... Oh, that's Koya. Let's go see Rosemary. All right. She's awesome. Go ahead and give her a follow. I'm pretty glad I get to rate her. I don't get a lot of chances to rate her because usually I'm still going and she's done. But this is great. Be cool to her and I'll give her a follow and I'll see you Friday. If you want coaching, get your draft logs, DM me and we'll talk about it. Good night, everybody.